Hello there everyone, it's Super17 here, and then first like usual, I do not own this picture, and this is not a paid video. Alright, okay, so, here's the thing. This video is going to be technically a short one, because of, well, 3 o'clock. So yeah, well, actually I can make this an hour or something, minute video, but whatever. But anyways, yeah, so basically last time we left off is Deku and Taskmaster basically, he passed away. Melissa and David are happy for Deku, and they, just have to get into well, he's gonna have to work on something and get prepared. But anyways, yeah. Also, I remembered I put it Marvel. Also, I am putting that character. They're called basically. Well, they're someone's character. Basically, they're called Damien. Damien something. Give me a minute. I need to try to look it up. Sorry, Damien Tamel Watcher. If I got that wrong, sorry. But yeah, so I'm not gonna explain his quirks right away, but well, I mean quirk, but it has like multiple meanings to it, or it's actually just multiple in general. But yeah, anyways, let me tell you all. The guy just has multiple quirks, and they're also all powerful and all that. So yeah, I'm going to give Deku a pocket dimension quirk, an incinerator quirk, and a. Hold on, I need to try to remember because I wrote it down somewhere. Give me a minute. Yeah, okay. A void quirk and a scorch quirk. The incineration quirk is just basically a power he's gonna just get because of he's gonna find someone that has a plasma quirk and all that. You'll see though. But that's gonna be later on. Not the void and the scorch quirk. So yeah. So basically, let's get into this video. This is what if Deku was trained by Taskmaster, part 2. Alright, so we're gonna run this over quickly on the weekend, next Saturday and Sunday. We're just gonna run it quick. Deku, basically, what he does, he's trying to work on a specific weapon after he wakes up and trains and eats. He makes breakfast for everyone, including his father. And so, Melissa and David are helping him out. It is basically, he basically had, or should I say, he was impressed with the design of a certain weapon, but he wanted to have something on his back, he wanted to have a high-powered sniper rifle. But so he thought he can create it. Basically, he has the sniper rifle, the high-powered one with specialized bullets and all, but he wants to have a scythe. So he kind of wants to combine the two, so that way it's easy storage, and basically, he's always having it on him. So Melissa and David, saw him tinkering this 3 years ago, and he's been trying to work on this, trying to get everything right, just perfecting it. But he had a hard time. So, they've been helping him. And, after he's worked on it for a couple hours, him and Melissa goes out. He sees two guys just, having interesting quirks and all that. They have a scorch quirk and a void quirk, and they're kind of using it. Also, there's a guy with a pocket dimension quirk, and Deku just suddenly taps them all. No, he just touches all of them, and they're like, "What the?" Because he sees "Oh, wow, how old are you guys?" And they say "We're 14, and how old is this kid?" And Deku eyes goes 13. He goes "Wow, you guys are just bullies." And you're "Shut it, you!" And then he just suddenly just wipes the floor with them, and actually using the scorch and the void quirk on the guys basically, and they run away screaming. He looks at the kid and he says, "You alright?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm fine, thanks." He goes, "No problem." So he's with Melissa and all that. So she says that was a good thing you did. He goes "Yeah, I know," and he leaves. He doesn't know. He'll meet him again. You'll find out. I don't know how old this character is, but let's just say I'm making him like, he looks like he's 13, but he's really 12, or he'll be 13. Yeah. Anyways, he just says that guy's a hero, but heroes, they're just stupid. He could have died, but he he didn't look afraid. If you guys know who it is, good for you. If no one else does, you know. Eh. Yeah. And so after that, Melissa and him go to a cafe. They chat. They talk. He makes jokes. She laughs. She asks him about how it was to be a mercenary for working with his dad for a while until he had to come back to go to middle school and all that. He just said it was alright, going to places, seeing different sites, hanging out, get some new foods and all that. It was really fun. She just asked him, since she's been living with, since he's been living with them, does he like the mercenary life or just the regular life? He goes, both actually. It's just a little bit more fun, the mercenary, but sometimes you just want to chill and just relax. And then she says, but you're going to become a hero that's also a mercenary. He goes like, yeah, just like my dad. And she just smiles, and basically, Deku has actually been kind of trying to make sure he doesn't feel something for her, but at the same time, he knows he does. He knows he likes her, and he just wants to ask her out, but he doesn't want to because he's afraid. He could take on a whole entire army, but asking a girl out is his weakness. That's his fear, his kryptonite. So he'll wait. He's gonna wait, but he doesn't want to wait too long. So yeah. So what happens is, Melissa has been keeping a secret from him. She likes him too, but that's not that's the secret that she's been keeping from him. Then she says, "Oh yeah, my dad." Hold on one. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. But yeah. So here's the thing. She didn't really apply to UA, but David asked Nezu because he wants Melissa to be with Deku. Because only she can, help him fix and that's what he thinks. No, that's not what he thinks. He wants Melissa to be near Deku and meet other people, other kids her age. So Nezu agrees. So Melissa is about to tell Deku something, and he thinks, oh, she's gonna ask me out. Oh God, okay. What do I say? What do I do? And he just started to have a million questions a minute, and then she says, I'm gonna be in UA in the support course, and then all of a sudden his jaw just drops. He goes like, no way, and she goes, yeah. He goes, this is awesome. Okay, we gotta go sober. And she goes, but we are. He goes like, yeah, true. I'll pay for this. He goes, come on, you don't have to use your money for me. He goes like, we're celebrating. It's my treat. And Deku has a lot of money from the mercenary missions. He's not he can buy literally a car or a motorcycle if he wants. Actually, he does actually have a motorcycle in this. He just doesn't use it much. But, he modified it to go on any surface. So basically he can go riding on the walls of cities, blocks, and streets. And it's very different. Like, Melissa and David wouldn't think of someone could do this to a motorcycle, but Deku did. And I know I put, since Taskmaster is a Marvel villain, or mercenary, I did make Marvel characters. So basically, let's just say this, for the sake of this, what if Tony Stark has been looking for Taskmaster, and he's been noticing that he's always in Japan. So, him and Melissa are out, and they see a whole bunch of people crowd around this one guy, as then they go see him, So it was just like during the afternoon, and then Deku sees Taskmaster, and Melissa sees not Taskmaster, I mean Tony Stark, and they both are in shock. Deku because of his father told him about Tony Stark and the Avengers and all that, and he's just thinking, oh crud, what is he here for? Why is he here? Even though he's a hero and a mercenary, Tony just wants to see why he's been here all this time, like in Japan and such. And he did hear about him getting to UA as a teacher and all that. He's wondering why. So that's why he's here. So when he sees, Melissa, he walks over to her and says, "Oh, hey there, Melissa." She says, "Hi, Tony." She basically just says that, and some people are wondering what the, and she says, "So," and he just looks at this. He goes, "Who's this? Your boyfriend?" She goes, and her face turns, and Deku's face turns red too, and she says, "No, well, not yet." And he goes, "Wait, what?" She goes, "Nothing," and he just goes like, "What the heck just happened? Did she just say not yet?" And then Tony just laughs, and he kind of, and he takes a second look at Deku. He kind of reminds him of Taskmaster, but different. And so, right on cue, let's just say, you know, Taskmaster knows, and he says, he knew Tony was coming. Well, Stark was coming, basically. He says, "So, Tony Stark, what do you need me for?" And Tony looks over at him. He goes, Stark looks over at him. Basically, he says, "I just want to see why you've been in Japan for so long, and basically, why you got as a, well, a teacher in the most well-known school in Japan." And he just shrugs. He goes, "Maybe I'm just trying to become a teacher, try to teach these new generation of heroes the world and how it works, and also make sure they don't mess with the wrong people, like I did in the past, until I fixed it." And Tony's about to say something, and then let's just say Deku knows Tony's quirks, but his intelligence. So he just asks Tony. He goes, "So how's it to be Iron Man?" And Stark and he goes, "Yeah, it's pretty good." And then he says, "Son, come on, let's get out of here." Melissa, she goes, "All right." She goes, "Bye, Tony." She says, "Bye, Mr. Stark," and all that. As basically Tony just says, "Wait, son." He goes, Hold up. Like, yo, Taskmaster. He goes, "Yeah." He goes, we're talking about this." He goes, "Why?" It was like, "We're talking about this. I heard rumor about, something, and I thought it was just a lie, so I never came over to ask you. So, mind if I come with you?" Sure. So basically, him and, Taskmaster and Stark are just talking. They do have an argument, and then next they're like laughing, and it just seems weird. And this isn't my web, so this is my web, so I'm making it happen. So yeah, so basically, what happens is, when they get over to like Melissa's place, he sees David, and David says, "Oh, Mr. Stark, hello." He goes, "Oh, Shield, David Shield, hello." Basically they talk, and Deku just goes back into his room, which Tony's like wondering what he's doing. He goes, "Oh, he's just gonna work on something. He builds stuff. He goes, "Wait, what? He builds stuff?" And he looks at Taskmaster. He goes like, "Yeah, that kid has a copy quirk and a fusion quirk. Any quirk he copies, he has it as a storage. So the person still has it. He just copied that quirk. He'll have to train with it to get strong with it and all that, but he then confused it together to create a new quirk with another one. It's pretty impressive. I mean, I technically was looking for a new apprentice, but then I found a good son, and let's just say, his very first mission, he pulled more weight than I did, and he has my quirk perfect memory." And David knows about it, and so does Melissa. And he's just saying, "Wait, so that new mercenary that came into the field was called Reaper. That's my son." Taskmaster finishes his sentence. He goes, "Okay, I'm gonna go see him." He goes, "Why?" He was like, "I want to see what he can build." That's all. That's what he wants to see. Because then he says, "Oh wait, did he ever copy an intelligence quirk?" And he says, "Yeah, he built a mini fan. Well, it didn't go off the ground, but it had enough power. Well, it did went off the ground only like a couple inches. That was it." He goes, "That's still good enough. I mean, that's still pretty amazing." It was out of scrap metal and all that, and a mini engine that he had to put together by hand. I don't know how he did it, but he just did. Taskmaster says. So yeah, Tony he knocks on Deku's door. Well, Stark knocks on his door, and he says, "Come in." And he goes, "Hey, he says taskmaster, Izuku master. He goes, all right, Izuku. Can I see what you're building? He goes, yeah. I'm nearly done with this little project I've been working on for 3 years. It's basically a sniper rifle that I had. I combined it to make into a scythe. I think it'll be a lot more better to carry around. At least then I can also have then like a support. Plus then like a support if I ever try to aim right, be able to bank shot any shots if I need to. It's just mobile. So I think it'll be a lot more easier. As you know, Tony's just seeing the design of it. Like he's pretty impressed by it. So right away, like he just starts like seeing stuff that he would never think of doing with something like this, because the gun was pretty big. And what Deku's doing is basically he's putting gears and such in it. He even figured out a way how to keep like the chamber, like everything else of the gun intact. Just like switch it into like a scythe mode, and it's just like impressive to him. So he says, "I got some tools on me. Want me to help?" He was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So basically, Tony Stark just starts helping him. And Melissa and David Shield like come in and they come in, like Taskmaster. They see just Tony just like helping out, and Taskmaster just smiles. He goes, "Look at that, my son." And Stark just, you know, getting along so well. And plus, David kind of sees Izuku as not like a grandson, but more like a part of the family along with like Taskmaster. So he says uncle, David. No, 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 no. He doesn't say that. He just says, well, that's what David thinks of as a family, but he knows Melissa has a crush on him, so it's like a little bit weird. But hey, they're not related by blood. He thinks he just sees everyone as a family, even though they're not blood related and all that. Then Tony just, after he asks him how many quirks has he copied. Basically, though, he tells him the new quirks he copied. He copied a Scorch quirk, a Void quirk, and a Pocket Dimension quirk. And plus, he does have a Fire and Lightning quirk that he combined together to make a little, like, he can just use it. He makes fire out of his hand, but it'll be covered in lightning. Or he can just put it onto his fist to increase the damage. And then he also talks about his explosion that's ice. Like, anytime he throws an explosion, basically, it's just mini ice shards are within it. And then he talks about the his speed / electric quirk that he made, basically. And then he tells him about his quirk that he found from somebody that was able to stick onto walls, and then a person with an agility quirk. He combined that together, so basically he has some good parkour and skills now and all that. And a little bit more that I'm not going to mention, but yeah. So Stark has just been impressed by this. So basically he just says, alright, if you need anything from me, like tools, gadgets, new like machinery or such, just give me a call. He goes, like, wait, what? He goes, you're not a bad kid. I mean, of course you kill, but I mean, you're not a bad kid. I mean, I heard what those game members were doing. If you didn't do what you did, even I admit, it would have been bad. So, give me a call if you ever need any help. Like, legit, like, I will send you a lab just for you to create anything you need, along with, an AI called Jarvis. And he goes, you gotta be kidding me. Literally, you will literally give me your stuff, like any Stark technology to create new things. He goes, yes, but the only thing you gotta do is create non-lethal ones. Non-lethal, weapons and such. He goes, of course. I mean, I technically have a freaking 2 pistols that have silencers within it, and I have 2 different types of bullets. I have non-lethal bullets, which are rubber, and I have lethal bullets. Well, actually, I have 3 different types of non-lethal bullets: rubber, knockout gas. I mean, basically a sleeping drug bullet, and then a paralyzing bullet. He goes, huh? And then the regular bullets. Those are just the ones I just use. He goes, all right. he looks over at Taskmaster and says, "You picked out a good kid," and then he calls up Pepper, tell him like she was in the city with him, so he tells her where he is and everything, and she walks down all the way to the bottom, and they get in. No, she's already there. He gets in the car, and they just drive off. And Melissa is kind of jealous that he got the approval to, get Tony Stark's technology to basically work on anything. And he just says, "Yeah, I know. Pretty cool, huh?" And she goes, "Yeah." So basically, this Sunday, since he finished Scythe, he tested it out with his quirks and all that. And just like he wanted, he's able now to transfer. Basically, he can basically he can make certain type of bullets and such now. Well, he had an idea to make certain type of bullets, but he couldn't do it. Now, like the scythe, well, his sniper rifle / scythe, basically is a little bit different than most weapons he has now. So he's just trying to always have ammo always for it. But yeah. He basically will keep it in his pocket dimension. Quirk, he's also trying to figure out what type of void, he used with the void quirk and the scorch quirk. So, yeah, he figures that out all day Sunday. He basically comes up with an idea, but he needs another quirk and such for it. So, yeah. Then Monday comes around. Him, Taskmaster, and Melissa are walking over to UA. He tells him about what's going to happen at UA for him. Well, or should I say, what's the lessons going to be? He goes, "Alright." He also tells him about his teacher, Razorhead, is a close friend of mine. I knew him since my days in UA. I became a hero first, before I became a mercenary. And that just shocked Deku. Melissa kind of knew a little bit about it from, David. It was the whole entire reason why I became a mercenary was because of, David. He was in danger. Heroes couldn't do nothing. I had my hero's license suspended. I went in anyways. I just killed the guys, basically. Saved his life. It was it. It was nothing big. As Deku's eyes just went, it was like, "You went against the society, hero society and all that." He was like, "Yeah. A life needs to be saved. A life needs to be saved. I don't care who it is in my way. There, I'm going in." He goes, "Dad, you're the coolest." He was like, "I know." So yeah. So when they get to UA, Nezu is just waiting for them. He goes, young Izuku and Melissa and Tony Master. He goes, "Sup?" Hold on one. Anyway, sorry about that. But so yeah, he goes, "So Nezu, how have you been over the years?" He goes, "Oh, I've been fine. You?" He goes, "Good." "So what do you think my son's skills in the exam?" And he's just having the biggest grin ever as Nezu thinks, as he, gets the flashbacks of what Izuku did, and he says, he was quite skilled, very tactical and precise. It was very, how should I say, strange." He goes, "Yes. But considering his quirk, it seemed very, unique." He goes, "Yeah, hey, my son does what he does best. Fight, take advantage of certain situations, and had to be annoying." He goes, "Dad?" He goes, "Sorry." He goes, and then Deku just says, "Sorry about that, Nezu. My dad can be a real pain." And Nezu just laughed. He goes, "It's no problem. No problem at all. I think I did give him some strength quirk, so yeah." I'll just say, he, over the year when, he did get a strength quirk because some kid in class that had a weak one, but he worked on it to make it stronger, so yeah. That's when he was in middle school. I'm just putting that in, just in case. But anyways, so Nezu, walks with Deku, and he tells Melissa she's gonna be in class 1A, but she says she's not in the hero course because she can't be. He goes, "Oh, I know, we don't have any other classes right now. And plus, I figure it was already a spot open for you anyways. You are David Shields' daughter after all. And he goes, yeah, I mean, but he just says, don't worry, you won't have to do any of the hero tests and anything else. So don't worry about that. He goes, all right, you know, Deku, you know, he tells Deku about his mercenary work. He said he will not be arrested for it because he doesn't do very much. He done a lot more research into what he's done after after Tony told him about his what you have done, and he researched your name and such. As you haven't really done anything besides protect people, killed people, like protect someone from assassination attempts and all that, and basically rescue missions and all that. Because he only had like a few assassination missions you ever had. He was like, how many? Nezu? He goes, really? Only 3. One was taking out the whole entire like gang members, which you know about. That's when I was really young. Another one was when I was 9. It was just in freaking it was in Europe. It was just because of some guy did something really bad and they wanted him dead and no one knew where he was. So I found him. Made his death really quick. Took a pit, basically got confirmation. So I took the clothing off his back and a picture just in case. And then my third kill basically was I forget. I mean, he really wasn't. He was just like some guy that wasn't really that important. But hey, it's whatevs. I mean, it was just in freaking China. And Nezu says, "Oh, all right. I mean, I thought you had a lot more, so that's why I said you won't be arrested for your mercenary work." He goes, "Kidding me? You can't even arrest me for doing anything." He goes, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Anytime somebody freaking tries to fight me, I always win. It's just too easy." He also says he basically has his father's quirk. As Nezu's eyes just go like, eye wide, and he goes like, "Oh no, oh no," and Tony just says, "Yeah." I mean, Tony Master says, "Yeah, he has my quirk. That means no one can freaking stop him." And he goes, all right, I understand." So yeah, so he takes Deku to the support course. It's like it's still like 7:30. They got there around 7:15, so it was like 7:30. Melissa is saying like he sees the pro hero. What was his name? The support course teacher. And he introduces them to. Well, he introduced Deku and Melissa to him. And he goes, "Oh, so you're the 2 new students I'm gonna have." He goes, "Yeah. My name is Zuku Master, and this is Melissa Shield." He goes, "Huh. Well, it's nice to meet you both." And he just says, "Nice to meet you too." Then they go to the hero course. Class 1A. So basically, Aizawa's there. Deku kind of knows about Aizawa because of, Taskmaster, or because of his father. And then Taskmaster like kind of knows where Aizawa is, so he goes over to like the teacher's desk, and then he looks like right underneath it. He goes, "Hey, Razorhead, guess who it is?" And he goes, 5 more minutes. He goes, "Wake up, freaking caterpillar man." He goes, and his eyes wide, and he goes like, "I am not a caterpillar." And then he goes, "Wait, Tony?" He goes, "The one and only." And he basically gets up and just hugs him. And he goes like, "It's been so long, my friend." He goes, "Yeah, how have you been?" He goes like, "Great." You? He goes, "Got a son." He goes, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, look." As he points over to Izuku and says, and then he says, "No, I adopted him." He goes, "Oh, okay." I say he didn't look like you at all. He goes, "I know, but I adopted him. He's a really good kid. I mean, I did kind of just do some solo missions by myself. I mean, it was some hero work that I had to do, but I had to be, as my mercenary self and all that and stuff." He goes, Still with the mercenary missions, he goes, yeah, I mean, of course I got my hero license renewed right after I saved David's shield. So, freaking Hero Society can't do crap to me. As he just laughs, and as he was just thinking, I've never seen us out being this awake. As he just looks at Deku and goes like, what's your quirk? He goes, copy. He goes, what? He goes, yeah, I can take any quirk and copy it. Then, for some reason, my quirk also has a different side of it. It's called fusion. I can fuse any quirk together to make a new one. And then he suddenly just powers up. Like electricity is going around him, and then he's able to move real fast and run. As he says, I just copied some people's quirks. Some people had some speed quirks on them, and one had like electricity, which I combined it to get all three of those quirks, 3 or 4 of them quirks together to create this. It's pretty cool. And then he also shows the crackles with the little ice shards going in the air. And says, "This is my explosion and ice quirk combined." So it's still an explosion quirk, it's just with ice instead of fire. He goes, "How does that work?" He was like, "Oh, I mean, it still works with nitroglycerin, but it just has some ice particles in it that allows me to still, basically, explode. I mean, body temperature helps it out, but then as soon as it leaves my body, the explosions, it starts to create like mini ice shards. My sweat is cold, but it's also warm, just warm enough to explode, and then ice can be formed." And he goes, "Ah." He just kind of tells them what quirks he has. He also has an intelligent quirk, perfect memory quirk, and then he goes, wait. Perfect memory. As he looks at, Taskmaster, he goes "You gave him that quirk." He goes, "Yeah. The first day I saw him, I asked him to look at some videos, and we fixed the TV together." He goes, "Okay, I'm okay. I just say let's give him his hero license." And then he goes "Wait, what?" He goes, "There's no point of him being here. He is already good. He trained him. Has he ever told you what rank he is on the hero system?" He goes, and Deku says no. And Melissa doesn't even know. He is number 5. We don't even need him to even be here, Nezu. Why is he here? He goes because it would be better off he learns than from his father on a lot more of Hero Society before he goes into the mercenary work. As Deku says, I already know about the Hero Society. They're corrupted, but it's easy money. As Tony just says, yeah, that is true. But I mean, then we also can get frame them. Well, we just plant evidence or just give the evidence to the people. So basically, we get the money, we fake someone's death, we help them out, and then we get the hero or villain arrested. It's freaking easy money. As Razorhead or as Awa just says, "Oh boy, you do the complicated jobs. I'm glad I'm not you." He goes, "Yeah, I know. You'll be too lazy to do anything." That's basically, Azawa and, Tony just laugh. Well, Taskmaster laughs. So he says, "Alright, just get your seat and just wait." So everyone started to come in. Momo, Todoroki, Jiro, Kaminari, Denki, Mina. Not Denki, Kirishima, Mina, Invisible Girl. No, Invisible Girl would have to be, yeah. So it's no Invisible Girl. Tokiyami, Ojiro, yeah, and then Bakugo. I don't know. I just want to say it like that. He sees Deku, and I think I made him beat him already, but he just sees him and he just says, "Wait, is that? Huh? Mm, I think I made him like Bakugo find that out." And he goes, "Deku." He goes, "Sorry, I don't see there's no one that's useless." Oh wait, I'm looking at one. He goes, "What?" He goes, "Yeah. I'm way more versatile than you. I'm way more stronger than you. I'm way more better looking than you. And hey, I can probably get a date way quicker than you." And he goes, "What was that? What was that, nerd?" He goes, "I said I can get a date way quicker than you." He goes, "All right, prove it." And he looks at Melissa and says, "Want to go on a date this afternoon?" He was she goes, Sure." And he goes, and he looks at Bob and goes, "Prove it. I told you." He goes, "Whatever, nerd." Just as oh yeah, give me a minute. As basically a person walks in, Deku, sees him. He doesn't look like anyone else. And he looks at Todoroki, and he sees this person looks at Todoroki, and Deku can just see the hatred off of him, like coming like from his eyes. So he walks up and he goes, "Hi, my name is Deku Master. Yours?" He says, "Damien Ten. Come on, freaking brain, give me Damien Temel Watcher." As he goes, "Huh, Quirk?" He goes, "And God." And that's all you need to know. He goes, "Come on, dude. I can tell there's way more behind you." He goes, "Maybe if you get to know me better. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude to you, man. I mean, you look like a nice guy." He goes, "Yeah, I understand. You don't want me to know just in case if I'm a bad person, all that." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, I am a mercenary." He goes, "Wait, what?" Everyone hears this, even Baku goes, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I mean, I took down like 2,000. Well, there was like a gang in America that was like 2,000 people or such. I forget how many. I was like years ago, like when I was still a little kid, and I did most of the work. And it's all because of freaking Bakugo. Well, that guy with the spiky hair that's about to make an explosion in the next 3 seconds." As he goes, "Why are you making you freaking nerd?" And he goes, "See," he goes, "Okay, yeah. I mean, because of his quirk, and I combined it with an ice quirk, I kind of made quick work of everyone." He goes, "Shish." He goes, "Yeah, it was really quick." And he goes, "Wait, what's your quirk?" He goes, like, he just tells him to come over here, and he just says, "My quirk is copy, and I can copy other people's quirks, and I can also fuse it together." So that's when, Damien's in shock, and he just says, "Alright, okay, I'm gonna have to see the names of the quirks again, give me a minute." So Damien tells him his, like, all his quirks. He says, "Okay, mine is Engod, Watcher, and Dragon King." And he goes, "Huh?" He goes, "How do you have," he goes, "I was born with all three of them. One is a genetic, one is from my mother, and another one's from my father. Like, basically, the genetic one's from my father." He goes, "Huh. So, the dragon one, that's from my father, my mother's Watcher." Wait, just say this real quick. Um, sorry to the person's character. If I'm adding story to it. Oh, wait, just give me a minute. I literally had this all in my head, and I always keep on. There's like way too much, so it was also the time. So give me a minute. All right. So yeah, okay. So basically, he just says, well, my end guide allows me to do multiple things. The Watcher quirk helps me out a lot, and my quirk from my father, the Dragon, quirk, basically helps me out too. I mean, I can do a lot of different things. Basically, everything's just overpowered. As Deku sees this, he goes, "Huh. I wonder," he says out loud, "can I copy all of them?" He goes, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I mean, it may help me. Also, I want to see how much training you have to do. I'm kind of interested. I mean, all my other quirks are pretty boring. But hey, having those quirks may help me out in my skills." He goes, "Alright, show me what you got." It basically shows the explosion quirk, the fire and lightning quirk, then the lightning around his body, how he can move real fast, real quick, and he tells him he has perfect memory and such. And he goes, "Huh." So basically what happens is, Tammy just says, "Alright, I mean, could you ever, get rid of them?" He goes, I just always have them, I'll just have to work on it." As then, Damien just eyes when he goes, "Hold on." So, anyways, so Damien, just hands out his hand and goes like, "Do you just need to touch me?" And all he goes like, "Yeah." His eyes are like wide. His eyes are thinking. Well, not his eyes. He's thinking, "Huh. I mean, I need a friend. It'll be good to have someone around. He probably won't get my dragon quirk, cause I'll have to give it him myself. That's the rules of it." And so what happens is Deku, touches his hand, and like they're shaking it, and he has like all 5 fingers on it. And then all of a sudden, Deku's like just feeling really weird. He's like, he's just like feeling like a lot more lighter, a lot more different. He just doesn't understand why. And then all of a sudden, you know, he's Damon just tells him, all right, spread create some wings on your back. He goes like, huh? He just do it and just focus on wings. Your body will just do the rest. He goes, all right, but you might want to take off your shirt first. As Melissa just says, oh please no. As Dagon just takes off his uniform and everything else, and everyone just sees how he looks in Bago, and all the girls blush. Melissa just says, no, why? And you know they all look at Melissa, and they're just like, all the girls are just thinking like, wow, you're dating him. I mean, you're going on a date with him. That's what they're thinking. So basically, Damon's going like, whoa, okay, my guy, you're I didn't thought you were gonna be this muscular, this like have this much muscle on you. He was like, yeah, it comes in help if your father's the number 5 hero and such. Well, adopted father. He goes, wait, what? He goes, yeah, I'm not gonna tell you about that right now. So he just focused on creating like the wings, and all of a sudden it just pops out. As he's shocked, he says, wow, that's really quick. He goes, yeah. So, he kind of just puts him back in his body somehow. He doesn't know how he's doing it. He's just doing it. And, yeah, so Deku puts back on that shirt. He says, thanks for the quirks. I don't know about that dragon quirk. He goes, yeah, that one, I have to give it to you. He goes, I'll still have my quirk and all. It's just like, I give you a quirk that then enhances your quirk and everything else. So, since you have multiple, you may have a lot of overpowered, to you. He goes, huh. And then he asks, okay, first off, why are you really kind of show Todoroki that way? Like, hatred. He goes, oh, I don't hate him. I hate his father. As then Todoroki, looks at him and goes like, why do you hate my... As then he says, easy, because your dad did something to my dad. He made a scar on his face. And, wait, give me another minute. Alright, yeah, it's complicated, but backstory, but anyways, so, yeah, I mean, he just basically says, your dad did something to my dad. I mean, I'm not hating you. No. I don't hate you. I just hate Endeavor, and it's not because of the half your heresy explains. He was like, huh. So you don't hate me. You just hate my, Endeavor. He goes like, yeah. Sorry if I looked at you like that. It's just flashback of Endeavor. I'll tell you more about it later if we become friends. He goes, all right. Todoroki and him, become friends. He goes, okay. So Aizawa just like was actually going back to sleep. He heard all this. So yeah. So everyone starts talking. Girls are asking Deku how much he trains and all that. So does Kirishima. Baku's just in shock on how powerful how much muscle he has, and he's just thinking what type of training does he do, and all that. And so what happens is, Aizawa wakes up. He says, he gets back up, says, everyone just shut it and just be quiet and all that. And they all just were like, what the? Who is he? Is Deku and Melissa? This is Aizawa. As Damon just says, Aizawa. I'm a huge fan. He just starts studying. Says you're the reason why I wanted to become a hero. Aizawa says, huh. Thanks, kid. He goes, no problem. So basically, he just wanted to say that real quick. So Aizawa explains they're gonna do a quirk assessment test, and then Oshako says, but don't we have an assembly? He goes like, you're not here to make friends or go to assemblies. Just get outside and do what you need to do. And so Deku, just follows just does what Zawa says. He gets his he says also take this with you, and it's just the school's gym clothes. So yeah. So basically, he takes it. So does Melissa is she doesn't technically have a quirk, but she's really intelligent. So basically, he tells Melissa that she's gonna be doing a little bit something different, and he just gave her like a plan just to try to build something with, and then he gives her bags of different parts and gears and then tools and such to try and make something with that. Alright, and she just nods. Everyone's wondering why. So, Melissa's basically in a supporter, nothing else. But she has to be in a class, so yeah. So they put her in 1A. I just put her in 1A. So basically, when everyone goes into the changing room, Mendoza's not there, so nothing happens. But Deku does notice he changed. Everyone's just seen he does like I never told you he does have like a few scars. That's because of his training and his also fighting. He does technically also have his mercenary outfit, his Reaper clothing. So yeah, but that's his hero costume too. Like he doesn't care. But anyways, like Kirishima did say he's looking so manly. He's like, okay, thanks. So that happens. He sees the hole in the wall. He kind of burns it. Well, he kind of uses flames to close it up. And that's it. You know, everyone comes out there. Since Deku was in first place, he says, "All right, throw the ball without your quirk." And he just goes, "All right." I mean, I technically may have I think a quirk that it's always active. So, eh. He goes, "All right, it doesn't matter. Just throw it." He goes, and Deku just throws it. And let's just say, I mean, he does. Yeah, like I said, his quirk, his super strength, along with his newfound strength from Damien, his quirks, they help. So he gets a bigger like percentage, not a big percent. He gets like a bigger number than what he was gonna get. So he gets around 50,000, and he wasn't really trying that hard. He just trying to get like at least a good 1,000, not 50,000, which shocks him. Damien's just like in shock that he's able to use his strength like that. So when everyone else goes, Araka does win that one. Um, Damien goes up, he throws the ball, he gets about like 40,000, which I wasn't shocked. So yeah, so everything goes exactly the same way. Deku, it's just he just aces everything. Damien and him tie a few times, which everyone wasn't shocked by this. Bako was just being pissed off, but at the same time he can't do anything. So yeah. So that happens, and what else? Aizawa did kind of threaten them on expelling them. He told them about the whole entire class he expelled one time, but he says I was just joking. He just laughs and says, "Come on, you have to have a sense of humor, right?" He goes, "You were just joking." I was like, "Yeah, all right." Free day for you guys. That's all. I'll see you all tomorrow. Melissa comes up with something she built for him, and he says, he looks at it, he goes, "Huh, good job." She goes, "Thanks," and he's basically says, "All right, you guys have the rest of the day off. Just that's all I guys wanted you to do." And so she's surprised. So basically, though, his father, like Zuko's father, comes up and he says, "Yo, you got some training you need to do with me." He goes, "All right," and then he also says, "Melissa, you want to come with?" Deku's father, Taskmaster says that. She goes, "All right." So, Damien asks, he goes, "Are you a teacher here?" And he goes, "Yeah." The name's Tony. Well, call me my hero name. He has a mercenary name, which is Taskmaster hero name. Just Ghost. So he goes, "I'm Ghost," and he goes, "Wow, I mean, Izuku, you said your father was the fifth hero. I didn't really believe you. Okay." He goes, "Wow, you didn't believe me." He goes, "Yeah." So he says, "You mind if I help you train?" He goes, "Sure. I mean, you did copy my quirk, so there's a kind of few explanations you're gonna have to learn." He goes, "I mean, you're gonna have to learn about it over time, though. You're gonna get more, and I'll help you out." He goes, "All right." So, Melissa trains with, Deku, Taskmaster, and Damien. Damien's kind of surprised at how skilled Deku is and such, so it's really fun for him. They kind of get a good understanding. Endeavor heard about Damien being in UA, and he's gonna try to get Shoto to get close to him to get his, dragon quirk and all that. If he can't have it, Shoto can. But yeah, anyways, so that happens. I'm gonna have to save some the next part for the hero versus villains. I would have made more of it, but I have class in the next 25 about 11 minutes. Go a little bit longer. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm going on. So what happens is, Deku, a few days pass, and this is heroes versus villains. All Might comes in and saying, "Look at me, coming in like a hero," and all that. Also Damien has you know trained Deku in his strength and different abilities and all that stuff that he has, and he has combined a few things together. Like he got a couple people's quirks that were in UA. He copied them and combined it with the Scorch and Void quirk, which is way more powerful than it was. He also met Monoma, who has the same type of quirk, but he can't. There's only one difference. He can't keep that quirk. There's a limit. As Deku just says, "Wow, that sucks for him." So yeah, but anyway, so the heroes versus villains. All Might does that. They all tell him to get into hero costumes. Deku just, you know, gets into his normal costume. He then has the scythe and the scythe out from the void, this pocket dimension quirk basically. He takes out the scythe, as All Might says, young master. All right, young master. Do you really think it's good to have a weapon like this? He goes, yeah, it's registered. I mean, I even had I registered with the UA and such. All my weapons and gears registered too, so don't worry. All of it's non-lethal. Only on my missions I'll do lethal, because if it's required. Because wishes was mercenary work. He goes, wait, you're a mercenary? He goes, ever heard the mercenary that's been gone for a while called Reaper? And he nods. He goes, that's me. Cool name, huh? He goes, yes. As he's thinking, don't mess with that kid. That's all he thinks. Just don't piss off the kid. Because you hear about Reaper took down a whole bunch of just gang members, even some villains by himself. So yeah, so what happens is, it's a natural selection. Basically it's Damien, versus and Zuko versus Bakugo and Todoroki. And everyone's out fights is a little bit different. So, but yeah, no, I have to stop here. I this is a cliffhanger. I know. I'm sorry. But it's just I'm just getting that I have to do some stuff before class real quick. So yeah. So I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna make part 3 probably Thursday or whenever I can, because this class is my final class in CPR, not CPR, CRP. Something. This is my last week for this class, and I gotta try to focus on this final work, and I gotta explain to my teacher ahead of time something. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed your day. Stay safe out there. Just enjoy it wherever you guys are, night or day. Just have fun. All right, bye everyone.